Welcome back to the SysML v2 Deep Dive series. In the previous lesson, we defined items such as fuel and payment data, giving the things that move through a system their own types, properties, and constraints. In this lesson, we will look at how SysML v2 creates a more specific model from a general one, and how it changes an inherited feature without changing the original definition. The difference comes down to three related operators: colon, colon greater than symbol, and colon double greater than symbols. Engineering models rely on reuse. We may define a general engine once, then build more specific engine types from it: a V8, an electric motor, or a hybrid power unit. In SysML v1, a generalization relationship could establish that one block inherited from another. To make a local change to an inherited property, modelers used UML property strings like redefines engine or subsets engine. While effective, these were textual tags appended to UML properties. SysML v2 streamlines this by elevating these concepts to primary mathematical operators, rather than relying on UML profile string tags. By mastering how to say an element is typed by definition, specializes a definition, or redefines an inherited feature, we can accurately capture the exact engineering intent. These are different operators. Confusing them can produce a model that looks plausible but has the wrong semantics. First, colon establishes feature typing. For example, part myEngine colon engine means that the part usage, myEngine, is typed by the definition engine. Also, the defined by relationship is a kind of generalization. Because myEngine is typed by engine, it inherits all of engine's properties. Next, colon greater than establishes a more specific relationship. Between definitions, it is specialization. A specialized definition inherits the features and constraints of a general definition. Between usages or features, the same symbolic form can express subsetting, meaning the values of one feature are constrained to be a subset of another feature's values. Finally, colon double greater than symbol redefines an inherited feature in the more specific context. Redefinition does not create an unrelated new feature with the same name. It replaces the inherited feature locally while maintaining the compatibility with what was inherited. Here is an example of a generic engine definition and a specialized V8 engine. Feel free to follow along with a free account on SysModeler.ai. Let's walk through it. The package imports the quantity and scalar libraries used by the definition. Engine is the general part def. It owns two attributes: horsepower, typed by power, and cylinder count, typed by integer. It also owns valid power. This is a structural invariant for every engine described by the definition. Any specialized engine inherits that rule along with the attributes. Now consider the specialized definition. Here, V8 engine subclasses engine. It inherits the features and constraints of engine, so we do not repeat the full engine definition. This is a definition-level relationship. V8 engine is a kind of engine, not an individual engine typed by engine. That is different from a usage, such as this one. Here, myEngine is a specific part usage typed by engine. The colon establishes feature typing. The colon greater than symbol establishes specialization. Inside V8 engine, we redefine the inherited cylinder count. The colon double greater than symbol says this feature redefines the inherited cylinder count. The assignment narrows the generic engine's unspecified cylinder count to 8 for this specialized context. It does not alter engine itself. A different specialization, such as an inline-4 engine, can redefine its inherited cylinder count differently. The next line redefines horsepower. The specialized definition then adds high performance, requiring at least 300 kilowatts. Together, the inherited positive power constraint and the new performance constraint describe the V8 without weakening the general engine definition. One final distinction matters. When colon greater than symbol is used with usages rather than definitions, it expresses subsetting. For example, a front wheels feature could subset a more general wheels feature, meaning the set of front wheels is constrained to be a subset of the total wheels. That is not a subclassification, even though the shorthand is similar. Redefinition is not a free-form replacement. A tool can check whether the redefining feature remains consistent with the feature it inherits. Narrowing an inherited integer-valued cylinder count to 8 is compatible. Redefining that feature as a string would not be compatible with the original typing. Tools can also retain the specialization hierarchy and inherited constraints. So analysis of V8 engine includes the rules declared by engine as well as its V8 specific constraints. Before we wrap up, here's the shift in compact form. The main lesson is simple. Colon, which is feature typing, binds a usage to a definition, giving it its shape. Colon greater than symbol, which is specialization or subsetting, says a definition specializes another definition, or a usage subsets another usage. Colon double greater than symbol, which is redefinition, says an inherited feature is being redefined in a compatible, more specific context. We can now reuse a general model, create a specialized version, and deliberately constrain inherited features without changing the parent definition. In the next lesson, we will cover multiplicity and cardinality, how to model repeated parts such as wheels and optional elements such as a driver directly in SysML v2. See you there.